This is Dave Toby at SoftSlate. I wanted to demonstrate quickly with the new payment integration option we have from Authorize.net. It's called the Direct Post Method, or DPM option. And it's a great solution if you're a small business and you're struggling to get PCI compliant. This method of integration has your customers submitting their credit card information directly to Authorize.net, and it never passes through the SoftSlate application or your website or your server, and that removes a lot of the obligations of PCI compliance and makes it a lot easier to become compliant. It's set up in SoftSlate like any other payment method. Underneath payment integration, you'll see now our traditional Authorize.net AIM, or Advanced Integration Method, and the new one, Authorize.net.DPM. And the setup is much the same. You'll need to get a login ID and a API transaction key. You'll need to get that from the Authorize.net merchant interface. I wanted to talk a little bit more about these settings down below, but first we display a warning here. There is one significant downside to using this integration method, which is you can't display a confirm screen during the checkout process. The customer's credit card information goes directly to Authorize.net. They process the payment immediately, and so it really doesn't make sense. It would be misleading to display a confirm screen after that. So we put a warning here. If you have it, the store set to show a confirm screen, you need to turn that off, and you do that over here on the checkout flow settings screen. And let me just make sure that we have that turned off. Well, we still have it turned on. Display confirm screen before end of checkout. And I know why. We wanted to show you what that looks like. Just in a default implementation of SoftSlate, it adds a fourth screen, a fourth breadcrumb to the checkout process. So let's go ahead and take that away. And just to be clear about what happens, if we go to checkout now, that fourth breadcrumb disappears, but we do show the all of the order information here on the payment screen, so they do have a chance to review it and confirm that it's what they want. And also we do change the button here to place order instead of continue. So just be aware of that, and we'll go ahead and submit this. And we're just using the Authorize.net test account we have. And as you'll see, there's a blank screen right here briefly as it goes to Authorize.net to submit the information, and then very quickly redirects you back to the SoftSlate thank you page. And that's basically what it looks like to a customer. I should say we're using their test environment. I think in their production environment that goes much faster. It's really a blink of an eye, if even that. So it really kind of is a good experience, decent experience for the customer. It looks like they're still on the site, and the advantage is you don't have any of the obligations or liabilities involved in accepting credit cards directly on your site. Now I did want to talk about a couple of these settings down here. You have some control over how the interaction plays out between Authorize.net and SoftSlate. In particular, when SoftSlate marks the order complete. You can do that after the payment is processed or right as the payment is processed. And this information kind of explains what the issues are at play there. Here's another option to complete the order after the payment's processed. I'm sorry, this was when the customer order confirmation email goes out, and this is when the order is actually completed. So we explain a little bit, a couple of those issues, so please take a look at that if you are setting this up. And thank you for watching. We hope that's helpful, and hope you can make use of that payment method, Authorize.net DPM. Thanks.